New this morning on your Fast Track to 7, 4 people have been injured, one in serious condition now after 4 vehicles were involved in a crash on I-94 near West Fargo. According to the Highway Patrol, that crash happened at 11:45 last night. Authorities say a 34-year-old man from Jamestown rear-ended a vehicle. The two ended up getting stuck for a brief time. Once the vehicles got separated, though, they became disabled, and that's when 2 more vehicles who were also driving on I-94 ended up crashing into them. All 4 drivers involved in that crash were taken to Sanford Hospital for their injuries. The Highway Patrol says that the Jamestown man that began the chain reaction was the one most seriously injured. He was also charged with driving under the influence. We were sent video yesterday about a bus driver from Valley Bus using foul language toward students. Let's take a look at a piece of that video.
I'm going to get all you guys back there, every single one of you, for assault, for running her over. And goodbye. Deal with the principal.
Now, we did have to bleep out some of that audio there due to the language used. That bus driver saying he won't be riding the bus anymore for some of those students either. And at one point, he goes on to say he doesn't care if this gets him fired for the use of this language. Now, for some backstory, Valley Bus did comment on a Facebook post about the incident saying, quote, "While we do not condone and we do regret this use of language, that driver was extremely upset because while pulling up to the school, students were pushing and shoving each other down for a better position to get on the bus. This resulted in one student nearly being hit by that moving bus." Both Valley Bus and Ben Franklin schools say they are working to make it safer at the school at that bus stop point to try to reduce stress on everyone. And in a statement to Valley News Live directly, Valley Bus says that we believe the language was inexcusable and regrettable, but the context of having a student nearly pushed down in front of a bus to get hit also needs to be understood as a contributing factor to the tension felt by that specific driver that afternoon. Fargo Public Schools also sent a comment to Valley News Live saying that, quote, "Fargo Public Schools does not condone the use of this language used by the bus driver and will be working with Valley Bus on the appropriate next steps regarding this incident." The Minnesota Missing and Murdered Indigenous Relatives Office now working in conjunction with the Bemidji Police Department to conduct a large-scale search for evidence in the disappearance of Nevaeh Kingbird. The search will take place today and tomorrow with about 100 people, including 7 canine teams, to conduct a grid search of more than 150 acres in Bemidji. They say the goal of this search is to find any clues that may lead to the recovery of Nevaeh or any other missing person at this time. Valley News Live will have continuing coverage on the story available for you tonight. It was a water issue that led to the West Acres food court having to close early this weekend. That closure happening yesterday caused due to a water pressure drop and discoloration issue affecting their operations, they say. In response, West Acres contacted the health department, the water department, and the fire department to investigate the cause. West Acres stated both the food court and Crave remained closed through the evening because regulations prohibit restaurants from operating without access to potable water. Mall leadership says they anticipate normal operations by today. Time now for a look at our storm team forecast as we send things over to meteorologist Lisa Green this morning. Hi, Lisa.
Good morning. We're looking a little murky on this Monday with some fog that's developed Southern Valley and out to the west. Some counties included in this are experiencing some areas of fog that bring our visibility down to 0 in some instances. So we do have that dense fog advisory in effect until 9 o'clock this morning. So a couple of hours left on this, and we'll continue to see some reports coming in that are on the low end. Northern Valley, first off, if you're north and east, you're less likely to be experiencing the fog right now. It's more west and to the south. You can see over in Carrington, our visibility report at 0. Cooperstown is at 1.5 miles. Now moving south, more areas reporting some dense fog. Jamestown, Valley City, Oaks, and Gwinn are all at or near 0 for visibility. Fargo's doing okay at the moment. And then to the south and east, Fergus Falls is at a 1/2 mile visibility. Elbow Lake, no report coming in right now, but we have been lower, less than 1 mile. Wheaton reporting a 1/4 mile visibility too. So visibility is very low. This is our view at the Dakota Magic Casino down along the North Dakota-South Dakota line. The view not great. You can see that vehicle going by, so you can see the headlights there just barely, but not a great view here. Fargo's at 58 degrees. It's 54 in Grand Forks, looking at 57 for Bemidji, Detroit Lakes, and Devils Lake. Thief River Falls, missing data there. We have had a little shower move through that area, and even in the Fargo-Moorhead area, we've got a shower moving in. You can see we're still feeling the impacts of that low. It's still bringing in some scattered rain showers into the region and continues to affect places, especially in the east. But even as we dip into Fargo, you see that little shower moving through in the northern part of the FM metro, and that's driving to the south and west. Looking at the bus stop forecast for today, expect temperatures in the 50s to start, upper 60s by the afternoon. I can't rule out a passing shower coming up here. And then through the rest of the week, we'll see temperatures back into the 70s. Next chance for rain after today, not until Friday.
Yeah, nice warm up and a busy start for some folks on our Monday morning, but I think we can handle it, huh?
It's looking, pretty good. After the next couple of hours, we'll see that fog lift. But until then, yeah, you want to take it easy out there. Make sure you're keeping an eye out for anybody walking as you're driving, and of course, any vehicles coming your way with the dense nature of the fog.
All right, great reminders this morning. Thank you, Lisa. Time now is 6:55 on our Monday morning. A heads up for West Fargo drivers. Sections of 3rd Avenue West and 2nd Street West are closing today for utility work. The affected portions include a section of 3rd Avenue West between 7th Street West and 8th Street West, and portions of 2nd Street West between 9.5 Avenue West and 10.5 Avenue West. Now, those sections will close today for underground utility work. Work is expected to be complete in about 3 weeks from today. They're hoping by Monday, October 16th, pending weather conditions. Officials say there will be no through traffic allowed, but all residents will have access to their homes and driveways. Officials also say expect congestion during the morning and evening commutes, so adjust your travel plans accordingly. The fall semester is back in session for college students, but according to financial advisors, it's never too early to start thinking about how you're going to finance next year's tuition. Especially true now more than ever because the Department of Education is announcing changes to the FAFSA application, the free application for federal student aid under the Simplification Act passed in 2020. Now, the last of those changes that were passed are rolling out for the 2024-25 school year. Calvin Hullett is a spokesman with the Bank of North Dakota, and he says the 2024 financial aid won't be open until December at the earliest. That gives students a shorter window to apply for aid for next year. He says the questionnaire, though, will be reduced from 108 questions all the way down to 36. He says the new form will prioritize wealth over cash flow, which he says will have the biggest impact on small business and farm owners. Another big change coming, he says, is the elimination of discounts for families with multiple children in college at the same time. Plus, he says students and parents will need to first apply for a unique ID before you can apply to fill out your FAFSA form. Union leaders in Hollywood studios reaching a tentative agreement to end the historic screenwriters strike after nearly 5 months, though no deal is yet in the works for those striking actors at this time. The Writers Guild of America announced the deal in a statement late last night. The 3-year contract agreement settled on after 5 marathon days of renewed talks by negotiators for the Writers Guild of America and an alliance of studios, streaming services, and production companies must be approved by the Guild's board and members before the strike officially ends. The terms of the deal not immediately announced. That tentative deal to end the last writers' strike in 2008 was approved by more than 90% of their members. The strike has been taking place for months, which is what's caused reruns to fill the airtime. Well, let me skip ahead to our script here. The Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start. The Valley Today continuing to roll on. The Farm in the Dell, You Pick Pumpkins patch opening for the season beginning today. Head on over to our website, valleynewslive.com, for the details. In the meantime, have a wonderful Monday. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Valley Today.